Right, let's continue with the Soggy Pallets. So I've got 13 left, and I speak to the company again and say, right, the 13. And they said, yes, no problem. We will be coming today to collect the 13. I said, well, that's fantastic, because it was beautiful and sunny outside. So there I am, wrapping the last 13. I'm smiling. I even put the music on and did a little dance as I was doing them. I was just so happy. And I pulled the last ones out from under cover because it was beautiful and sunny and he was coming today. Then it got to late afternoon and I received a call and he said, hi, I'm your driver. I said, hi, do you want the location? He said, yeah, you can send it, but I won't be with you until tomorrow morning between 7 and 8. And I said, no, you're coming today. You're coming today. No, I'm not. I've got a full lorry. I cannot come and collect. Okay. So I'm looking at all these pallets, knowing that it's going to rain continuously all night. And if I'm honest with you, by then I didn't give a. So I just left them. That evening I went to bed. I could hear the heavens opening, and I'm thinking, oh well, they're all going to be wet. So I get up nice and early again, I feed the dogs, I'm going, right, okay, they're really soggy now, these ones, but at least they're going today. So now it's 8 o'clock, nothing, and now it's 9 o'clock, nothing, and it's still raining. It's literally a couple of minutes after 9, and I saw the lorry, and I'm like, yes, it's a lorry, yes, this is happening. So there I am, I open the gates. He goes up, he reverses, and he opens up the back of his truck. And what's in there? There's pallets at the end. It looked like horse feed or something. So I just thought, well, maybe they will fit, maybe they will. There's only 13. Yesterday we got 15 on, but this was a different chap, different lorry, but it looked similar size. So just go with the flow again. So he gets out of the lorry, he puts his tail lift down, and unfortunately he didn't have a lovely electric pump truck, just your standard one. He was very small and he was wearing like moccasins, and what you got to remember, this is raining. So we go for the first one and he started complaining that his pump truck machine was getting wet. Right, well, oh dear, I'm so sorry about this. So we put the first 2 on, and his tail lift, there was something wrong with it. So my pallets, right, so you got like 2 metre tall pallets, they're soggy, you know, all the cardboard's wet. And he's going up, and then, and my pallets are going, ooh, and I'm like, oh my God. Because if one of them had fallen off, you can't restack anyway, soggy pallet. Plus the boxes would have blown up. I was having like palpitations and he was just continuously doing it. So I thought, let's get this done. And then the best bit is he said, no, they're not all going to fit. And I'm like, right, okay. And we got them all on, bar 2. So if he hadn't have had that like feed on there, they would have all been gone. So I'm looking at these last 2. And what you've got to bear in mind is I have to be gone by next Wednesday, and there's an awful lot of other things going on the Monday and the Tuesday. Then I'm up early, dogs, we are gone. And it's Friday, this was today, hence Friday, it's got to be beer o'clock, hasn't it, after the week I've had. So I'm looking at these 2 pallets, and so I rang the company after he'd gone, and they said, yes, there's a slight issue. The price has gone up now. It's not 500 we want 1,300 extra. Now, what you have to bear in mind, I had already paid 2,000 or something. I'll get the sums up anyway after I've done all this. So I said, what's that? They're Americana. And I said, and he goes, and each time they're not fitting on our lorry. I said, but 13 would have fit today if he hadn't have turned up with 2 huge pallets of horse feed. I said, okay then. I said, just drop me an email and then we'll sort the transfer out. Well, I've looked at the email tonight and I've sent like a reply going, I really do not understand how you can justify. You already knew the dimensions to start with. Hello, Pete. Oh, you're nice and wet. you knew everything. You told me yesterday it was 500, and now you're saying 1,300. So I've queried it, and then my phone started ringing. My phone started ringing about 6:40. So I just didn't reply. I need to do that with a clear head, perhaps on Monday morning. So now, the 2 pallets were collected a few hours later. So I'm pallet clear. So follow along and let's see what happens when they're all delivered back to me the other end. They start coming in a week's time, and fingers crossed, hey? Fingers crossed with those soggy pallets.